Hey everybody, this is Miss Kent with week 4, day 2, number talk. We have talked about doubling and halving as a good way to multiply. We've also talked about power of 10, multiplying things by 10. Today we're going to start talking about what's called partial product. Partial product. When we multiply, the two numbers here are called factors. Factors. The answer we get when we multiply is called the product. So I can look at 10 times 6 and I already know this answer is 60 because that's just the power of 10. But what about 8 times 6? 8 times 6. If you need to stop the video and think about it for just a minute, you can. Now, I go back to that doubling and halving kind of strategy here. Half of 8 is 4. 6 doubled is 12. This is a double-double because it's a 4. If I double 12, I get 24. If I double 24, I get 48. Okay? So we got a power of 10 and we got a doubling and halving. But what happens when we start to get to larger numbers that we're multiplying by? For example, 18 times 6. 18 times 6. I want you to take a minute and try to use mental math to solve this one. 18 times 6. Cora. Sorry about that. Okay. Partial product. If you had noticed from these two problems up here, I have, a 6 by 10, which I knew was 60. And then I had a 6 by 10, and then I had a 6, I don't really like to use that, I'm trying to think, a 6 by 8, which I knew was 48. Hey, look at this. Inside that 18 is a 10 and an 8. So if I knew a 6 by 10 was 60 and a 6 by 8 was 48, then I would know 18 times 6 is 108. Now I know 60 and 40 make 100, plus 8 more would be 108. Now a lot of you are thinking, that's the same as distributive property. Yes, it's very similar to distributive property, and I really don't like this particular model I drew because it doesn't line up well. I should have drawn it a little differently, which let me draw it right down here a little differently. That might help you a little bit. So in this model, I have a $18 by 6, and here's how I would divide it up. A 6 by 10 and a 6 by 8. If I knew a portion of the answer, that could help me figure the full answer out. So let's look at another one. And this one's going to be 7 times 6. Now this is not a really friendly problem either. Can you think of a strategy to help you solve this? Stop the video and see if you can think of a strategy that we've came up with. I was kind of thinking about using those multiples of 5, because inside that 7 there's a 5 and a 2. 5 times 6 is 30. 6 times 2 is 12. 30 plus 12 is 42. So basically I have a 6 by 7, and I divided it up into a 6 by 5 and 6 by 2. 30 and 12. Distributive property. But what about if I came up with a problem? 17 by 6. Can anybody think of that answer quickly? Some of you might have been thinking ahead to partial product or distributive property, and you came up with the answer 102. Let me draw this out so you can kind of understand how these two problems could relate. So this is a 6 by 17. Okay. I already know 6 by 7 is 42. 6 times 10 is 60. 60 and 40 make 100, plus 2 more is 102. Now, I know we've really focused on distributive property. That's going to help you next year with partial product because you're going to be looking at multiplying two-digit numbers, and you're going to use more of partial product then. Right now, we're just kind of using partial product in its simplest version. Hope this has helped you out, and hopefully it will help you in the future with any multiplication problems you have. Have a good day. Bye.